Hi there, I'm Craig Shackleton. I'm the Hauptmann of Ottawa Swordplay. That means captain, but what it really means is I'm the owner and the head instructor here. We teach medieval swordplay and related martial arts. And double. Yeah, but that makes it 3-2, so Brian is the winner. What I teach here is a system of historical European martial arts that was developed by a man named Johannes Lichtenauer at the end of the 14th century. His students continued to use, teach, and write about his system for actually over 200 years. So we have dozens of manuscripts that I can work from. So I've researched their techniques, and I teach all of the weapons and systems that they taught, except for actually combat on horses. I don't have room for horses in the sword hall.
Okay.
I've always been interested in history, and particularly the Middle Ages and knights and stuff like that. And because of that, years ago when I was a teenager, I learned how to make chainmail, and it was just something I did sort of for fun. And moved here to Ottawa, and I felt that I had to keep doing this. So I started my own organization, Ottawa Swordplay, in 2000.
Craig is red, John is yellow.
I run lots of programs for kids. I have two main classes that I run right now, which are Young Knights for kids 6 and up, and then I also run Warrior Princesses for girls 9 to adult. The secret that I don't tell the kids is I'm still teaching them German medieval swordplay, just sort of in disguise. Both of my kids take these classes. My son does it, but it's not as exciting for him. And it's mostly because he's grown up with swords. And so adults, when they find out what I do, they always say, oh, that must be so cool having swords around all the time. And he's like, we've always had swords around. What's the big deal? Really, the most rewarding thing for me is when people get the system and appreciate it. Often I get people that come out and they're expecting to swing swords around and whatever. And then as I teach them, you can see the light go on inside their eyes where they realize this isn't just swinging swords. This is a sophisticated thing. There's a lot to it, and it's really cool. The best thing in the world is when I'm doing free play with one of my students and they hit me with a technique that I taught them.
And push my sword down and slice into my neck with the end of his sword.
It just gives me such pleasure to know that I taught them that and they can use it effectively enough to get me. So it's, yeah, it's all good.